So now that we have Node, NPM, and Vue CLI installed, we can actually create a project, and it's remarkably easy. So the documentation for that is back here on cli.vuejs.org, and I'm going to click on Creating a Project. And as you can see, it's as simple as typing vue space create space whatever you want to call your project. So let's go to our terminal window. And I'm going to change to my desktop just because I can find it easily that way, but you can put it wherever you want. Just remember where you put it. And I'll type vue space create space, and I'll call this vue-app. Not a very original name, but it will suffice. And I hit return. And as you can see, it gives me some options. Now, you're going to use the arrow keys to go up and down here. And what I want to do right now is not the default Vue 2, because this course is not about Vue 2, it's about Vue 3. So I'll go down to Vue 3, and I'll just hit return. And there it goes. And it will take a little while to do it, because it has to download all the necessary components and dependencies and so forth. But when it's finished, well, we'll move on. Okay, so that took about 3 minutes in my case, and as you might have noticed, and you probably have something like this, you might get a little nervous because it says here, 93 packages are looking for funding. That's no problem. People like to get a little bit of financial help. But this is the line that might cause you a little bit of concern. 72 vulnerabilities, 61 moderate, and 11 high. And that's not unusual. It's not unusual, and in a lot of cases, it's really nothing to be terribly concerned about. A lot of the things that it's referring to are actually not going to wind up in the production build of your application. But if you're concerned about it, you can run npm audit fix, and that will, of course, address anything that doesn't require a breaking change or doesn't involve a breaking change. And if you want to, you can also run npm audit fix -- force. But that will almost certainly cause you problems. Now, typically, this doesn't concern me at this point in the build phase. There might be some vulnerabilities in some of the dependencies, and that's fine. I can live with those during local development. When I get closer to actually launching a finished project, that's when I worry about npm audit fix. Okay, so I'm going to ignore those for right now, and it's absolutely safe to do so. Now we have a little bit of instructions here at the end. Change into the directory you just created, so I'll go in there, cd vue-app, and run npm run serve. So I'll type that and hit return. And that will start the development server. It actually starts a server on port 8080. And it takes a little while to build it the first time through. And there it is. Now it tells me it's running on localhost 8080. Now if you already have something running on port 8080, you're going to want to hit Control-C to get out of this, stop whatever is listening on port 8080, and then run npm run serve again. So this is running. So I'm going to copy this URL. And I'll go back to my web browser, open a new tab, and paste that in there. And as you can see, we now have a Vue.js app running. Now, the local development server is suitable for local development. It's absolutely not suitable for production environments. But don't worry, near the end of the course, we'll put this up on a server and actually run it as though it were a production quality application. But in any case, we now have it running. So in the next lecture, we'll open up this source code, this directory we just created, and have a look at the structure of a Vue.js app that's built using Vue CLI.